glad you're here with us tonight.
I'm glad to be here.
This is my friend Steve Simpson. Steve's a local boy.
Yep. On the race.
Yeah.
Yep.
Steve's an incredible songwriter. Alan's an incredible songwriter, and most of you have heard me before, so thanks for coming back anyway. We're going to do some songs for you tonight that we've written, and we'll tell you a little bit about the songs. We first did, the three of us did a thing for Harbor Chase in Rock Hill a couple of years ago. And I wasn't sure how it was going to go, because usually places like that, the folks want to hear stuff they know, you know, but they loved it. And so when Terry asked me if I wanted to do a show, I'm like, well, first thing I thought of was these two guys, and we had such a good time, and everybody else seemed to have a good time, so we hope y'all will have a good time as well. But, anyway, I'm going to let Steve kick it off, I think. You mind kicking it off, Steve?
All right.
That way we can go this way.
All right.
Okay?
That's fine.
Steve Simpson, yeah.
I'm going to start with a brand new song I just wrote, because when you write a new song, you need to go ahead and play it while you got it in your head. Once you hear other songs, and they kind of get you all mixed up. We're all members of a local songwriting club called Southern Songwriters Association. Every month we have a prompt, an idea to write a song about. And our prompt last month was a habit, a flaw, or a strength that you inherited. Write a song about that. So I thought about that. I said, I think I'll take a crack at that one. And so I came up with something that I think is a habit, a flaw, and a strength all rolled into one that I inherited. It's centered around something that happened to me when I was a little boy. The song is called Dopamine. Do y'all know what dopamine is? It's a neurotransmitter that when you finish something and you're proud of it and you stand back and look at your accomplishment, you get this little neurotransmitter or hormone that gets emitted in your brain and gives you that feeling of pleasure. When I was 9 years old, we had a long brick porch that my daddy had backfilled with dirt. When the termites took control, that dirt had to go, and only I was small enough to do the work. There was a little access door built into the bricks you had to crawl to under the house. With a bucket and a spade, I squeezed through it for days, till scoop by scoop that dirt was all hauled out. Not a bucket full was any fun, but I knew I was hooked when I looked at what I'd done. There's a high that comes with fruitful sweat, an addiction my folks had, I'm living with, yeah. And when I can't work a fruitful day, just go ahead and shoot me and give my tools away. This kind of fruit can mean a lot of different things. Trimmed bushes, a tasty pot of soup. It's anything achieved that anybody needs. There's this trophy that you get when you're all through. The work itself might seem mundane, but you'll be jacked when you step back and feel that crack hit your brain. There's a high that comes with fruitful sweat, an addiction my folks had, I'm living with, yeah. And when I can't work a fruitful day, just go ahead and shoot me and give my tools away. Google calls it dopamine, but it's that smile when you're too tired to pull off your filthy jeans. There's a high that comes with fruitful sweat, an addiction my folks had, I'm living with, yeah. And when I can't work a fruitful day, It's dope, I mean.
Good, Steve. That is good. All of his are good though. Let's see, I think I'm gonna start off with the one that our friend about Miss Peggy here. Terry was kind enough to spend a lot of time with me a couple of years ago doing my first music video to go along with this song. Peggy was one of the original coordinators for the Nashville Songwriters group out of Kings Mountain originally. We got some amazing people in our songwriter group, y'all. There's some amazing songwriters in this area. No lack of talent for any of them. Didn't sound in tune when they did that. But anyway, Miss Peggy was quite a story. She was in her early 80s when I met her, and I only got to know her a couple of years before she passed away. But every chance she got, Miss Peggy would break into the story about her beloved husband, Jim. And would tell it to anybody that would listen. Apparently they had quite a love affair. And I need to preface the lyrics. So this is pretty much the story of her life the way she told it to me. Except that it kind of makes it sound like they were kind of shacking up to begin with, but in her day and time they did not. What happened, you see, was her daddy was an engineer on the railroad. And her mother and daddy ran a boarding house. And her daddy hired Jim to work on the railroad with him, and he needed a place to live, and so they rented him a room. And that's how Peggy met Jim. And so the story kind of goes on from there. And thanks to Debbie Labruski, it's called Real Love, spelled the way Miss Peggy spelled her last name. Otherwise, it was going to be something stupid like Family Ties or something. I was 16 and he was 23. The day my daddy brought him home for me. He was 6'1" and a sight to see. Met a few words, but only spoke to me, spoke to me. Warm summer nights on the front porch swing, swapping laughter and sharing dreams. My girlfriends were all green with envy. Jimmy only had eyes for me, just for me. I prioritize on that falling line. Our lives came together and our hearts entwined. Sweet honeysuckle like climbing a tree. Both of us sure that we were meant to be, meant to be. The day we met, he came home, changed his clothes and said, "You wanna go?" I said, "You wanna see a picture show?" He shook his head and just said no. I said, "You wanna go bowl with me?" He grinned and said, "Let's get married." I said, "Okay." And we did. For 61 years we were bound for life, and two workhorses trudging side by side. Through the kids and the tears and the pain and the loss. Never let go, never counted the cost, not the cost. sunshine in his hair and smiling so sweet. He smiles so sweet. And blue cars in that southern light, our lives came together and our hearts entwined. Sweet honeysuckle vine climbing a tree, both we were sure that we were meant to be, meant to be. You know, life's a lot like those railroad tracks. Roll along to the clickety-clack. Just keep looking forward instead of back. Count your blessings and not your lack, and you'll be just fine. And I'll see you on the other side. Oh, 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 I'll be just fine. And I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you on the other side.
I don't exactly remember how the song got started. I remember I was contemplating the idea of love and why we even needed it. And it was, the song was an attempt on my part to answer that question. And it sort of goes along with your song, because, you know, we all have those connections and everything. They're really important. This is called Why We Need Love. With a cry we come into this world, helpless little boys and girls. That's why we need love. Hands to feed and hands to hold, hands to guide us as we grow. That is why we need love. Love makes us strong, and love that rights the wrong. We all belong in love, sweet love. Each of us is flesh and bone, with a life that's ours alone. That's why we need love, to share a laugh, a touch, a sigh, to shed a tear when we say goodbye. That's why we need love. Sweet love, sweet love, sweet love. Thank you very much.
Is the volume okay, you guys? Can you hear everything?
Yeah.
Everything sounds good and balanced?
Was that balanced enough? It sounded.
Pretty perfect.
Okay, all right.
Pretty perfect.
Thank you.
Well, PJ told us that tonight's theme would be family, so I went through my list of songs and picked out songs that have something to do with family. So I'm going to play you a song that some of you have heard. In fact, Keith has helped me with this song. This song is based on something that when my dad got to be about the age that I am now, he became more discriminating in how he spent his money. I think he wanted to feel like that when he bought something, he was going to get his money's worth before he passed away. So he adopted this phrase that I wrote this song about. My dentist recommended the expensive zirconia crown for my tooth. I said, Doc, put it on if when all my teeth are gone, I can sell it right back to you. See, I've reached the age where before I purchase it, I ask what are the odds I'll reap the benefits. I won't be buying that 30-year mortgage or that 12-month course to learn piano. That 90-day CD is not for me. Hell, I've even stopped buying green bananas. That's what my dad would say. I didn't have much privacy for grilling, so I went shopping for trees that get dense. When they said just let these grow for 5 years or so, I said thanks and went looking for a fence. See, I've reached the age where before I purchase it, I ask what are the odds I'll reap the benefits. I won't be buying that 30-year mortgage or that 12-month course to learn piano. That 90-day CD is not for me. Hell, I've even stopped buying green bananas. Y'all, something urgent just occurred to me. Just in case I need you, this song is in D. I won't be buying that 30-year mortgage or that 12-month course to learn piano. That 90-day CD is not for me. Hell, I've even stopped buying green bananas. That 90-day CD is not for me. Hell, I've even stopped buying green bananas. Hell, I've even stopped buying green bananas. Hell, I've even stopped buying green bananas.
He's a master. Well, Buddy Cotton's here tonight, so kind of do a couple of our songs. And I think this was the second one we wrote, Cotton, together. The first one was San Pedro Moon for Miss Catherine's birthday. And this one was about the Congaree. I grew up, y'all. In fact, I met Terry down in Lugoff, South Carolina, and Carolina later. But Terry was a photographer at the high school. He was so cute back then. And he would come shoot our sports events, and all the girls would just, just go nuts over him. Yeah. Back then we wore our shorts really short. I'd forgotten how short we wore our shorts. My brother's into these old TV stations like, y'all watch Magnum P.I. lately? Boy, he wore some short shorts. Watch closely, ladies. But anyhow, the Congaree is that big, broad, dark river that runs down the lower part of Columbia, South Carolina. And in singing this song, it kind of reminds me, because my grandmother used to live outside of Columbia and had a tin roof house, and I would spend the night with her. First it kept me awake, but then it became kind of soothing. And the meals that Cotton's lyrics describe in this song, that was many a meal that we had at Grandma's. So anyway, here we go, Congaree. Six kids on the riverbank, catfishing and skipping stones. It's a poor kid's paradise, land of eating on their own. Swimming home in the summertime, swinging a line in a tree. There's always something to see and do down here on the Congaree. Grandpa's sleeping in a rocking chair, front porch in the four-room shack. Blacktop running through the front yard, rusty Chrysler in the back. The winds of change haven't blown through here since 1963. Maybe not long before they're coming in, down here on the Concord so much, y'all. You got it?
All right. I am going to, this is a song, it's called Walking Slow. There's a couple little stories about it that I could share with you. I got the idea for this song when I was at the home place down in Fairmont. My family we used to live in this little shack. Well, it's not a shack, it was a tenant home for farmers or people that would come work on the cotton fields or the tobacco fields mainly back in the day. And we moved up to a bigger house across the field up near this road. And my grandmother, my dad's mom, moved into the old house back there. And so there was a road that went between us, and we would walk back and forth and go visit and all that good stuff. But my grandma had been up at the house, and I was walking back to her house, the old house, with her. And she was up in years, and it was like, I don't know, I was young, and maybe I was in a hurry or something, but I was going, man, she's going so slowly. And then it occurred to me that just slow down. This is her speed. Be with her, walk this speed. And that just sparked the idea for this song. And it's not about her technically. The song goes off on other tangents, but it's a song called Walking Slow. And there's another little story I'll tell you about when I finish singing. After church and Sunday dinner, Grandpa Jim and me. I'm gonna try to just go up a little higher than that. I'm sorry. That's I never can remember where I played this. After church and Sunday dinner, Grandpa Jim and me grabbed the cane poles and crickets, headed for the creek on a farm path by summer fields beneath the bright sunshine. Ah, but Grandpa was up in years, so we took our sweet time, walking slow, letting this old world go round, walking slow, hoping time would slow down. Life's sweetest moments are gone before you know. So the only way to go is walking slow. Well, Grandpa got the cancer later on that fall, and at the hospital we'd shuffle, dodging nurses in the hall, remembering the good times, we talked to family. As a man I'd always leaned on was leaning on to me, and we were walking slow, letting this old world go round, walking slow, just praying time would slow down. Life's sweetest moments are gone before you know. So the only way to go is walking slow. I have a wife now and a happy little boy, and today in the yard we each took a tiny hand as we helped little Jim find his feet and stand. And we were walking slow, letting this old world go round, walking slow, hoping time would slow down. Life's sweetest moments are gone before you know. So the only way to go is walking slow, walking slow. Thank you very much.
Sticking with the theme of family. You know, songwriters, sometimes we write songs that we just make up. Sometimes we write songs that are partially true and, you know, you maybe just exaggerate a little bit. Sometimes we write songs that are completely true. This song is completely true. People just don't bake much anymore, not like my mama did when I was young. She made this German chocolate cake to die for. Her yellow cornbread was second to none. But the thing that we all raved about, that it wouldn't be Thanksgiving without, was Mom's pecan pie. I can taste it right now, a crunchy piece of heaven on my tongue. Mom's pecan pie, them calories didn't count, so Kara was ingredient number one. And then sugar with pecans from my tree, and a pinch of this recipe. There was nothing like Mom's pecan pie. We had a freezer in the mud/laundry room for all the goodies that Mama baked. Sometimes on Saturday when Sunday dinner loomed, she might start pulling out an orange or lemon cake. Though it was when we couldn't help but hope, she'd reach for the one we loved the most. Mom's pecan pie, I can taste it right now, a crunchy piece of heaven on my tongue. Mom's pecan pie, them calories didn't count, so Kara was ingredient number one. And then sugar with pecans from my tree, and a pinch of this recipe. There was nothing like Mom's pecan pie. Years went by, Dad passed on. Mom used her freezer for after Christmas candy sales. When she went to be with him, and I was cleaning out her home, I saw a pie pan on the freezer's top shelf. As I peeled back the foil, my face went pale, because I could not believe my eyes. Right there in my hands was the Holy Grail, Mom's last pecan pie. We rationed that pie, bite by bite, till we got down to the very last piece. Then one special day, before it got light, I set the table for only me. I laid that piece of pie on a good plate, poured me a glass of milk like Mom loved to do. Then I whispered, as I sat there and ate, Happy Mother's Day to me and you. Mom's pecan pie, I can taste it right now, a crunchy piece of heaven on my tongue. Mom's pecan pie, them calories didn't count, so Kara was ingredient number one. After love, with pecans from my tree, and a pinch of this recipe. There was nothing like Mom's pecan pie, absolutely nothing like Mom's pecan pie. People just don't bake much anymore.
It's true, Steve. My mom was not a big baker, but she liked desserts. And my dad was the baby of 9 children, 5 sisters, and most of them lived on the same street in Sumter, South Carolina. Yet they were the only side of the family that had family reunions, and they did it at least twice a year. And so I think my mother kind of got tired of it. We were like, oh, another family reunion, gotta go eat again. I tell you, my dad's sisters could really bake, and every one of their cakes looked like something out of Better Homes and Gardens. And my mother would take this lopsided, it's like no matter how hard she tried, mamas just weren't even, you know, and everybody would just kind of pass Mama's by and go on everybody else's. And Mother, first her feelings were kind of hurt about it, and then I was like, Mother, don't worry about it. There's more for us to take home and eat. So it was always good if it wasn't pretty. And that's kind of the way I cook now too. I guess it's a genetic thing. But my mama was an artist, and she was a very good artist, a self-taught artist. She loved to paint landscapes and ocean scenes, and it was amazing some of the things she painted. I had never had to buy a painting because my walls are full with my mother's art. And one evening, I would think it was still in high school, but we had stuck with our dentist for many years back in Sumter after we moved to Lugoff, and it was a fall day, and Mother had driven me to the dentist, and we were going home, and there was a stretch of 521 that looked so much like the mountains in the fall, you know, and the colors were just brilliant that afternoon. And it was the kind of scene my mother loved to paint. And I was struck by the beauty of that, and was feeling quite grateful for my mom at that point in time. And so this song kind of came to me for her, and it's called My Mother the Artist. In the mountains and valleys, collected in frames, strange sounding places with strange sounding names. They're all decked with majesty, painted with joy, with a light for the living and a day for the dark. And I thank God for the hand of my mother, the artist, painted this child full of love. It took years for patience, and though I'm not finished, I'll just thank her for what she's begun. The world through her eyes is a place full of beauty. She taught me to see it that way, with 1,001 ideas for loving that are found in just one single day. So I'll thank God for the hand of my mother, the artist, who painted this child full of love. It took years full of patience, and though I'm not finished, I'll just thank her for what she's begun. Yes, I'll just thank her for what she's begun.
Quick.
Yeah, it's a short one. Mom was only about 5'3", so.
I won't do that one yet. So I'm going to sing a silly song. I'm going to sing the song that's just about everything in it is based in reality and truth. I might have strayed a little bit here and there, but it's pretty close. I used to live in Asheville, North Carolina, and we lived in Hall Creek, which is a cove up near the northeast side of Asheville. And the little branch of the Hall Creek ran through there, and there was the houses just kind of scattered around. It's like a main road there near the creek, and there was another road that paralleled it a little higher up the slope, and then all the roads off that went up the hill, until you couldn't build anymore. There was no place to put houses. But anyway, we lived on that second street up, and there was it looked like an H, the way the streets were where we were, and there was all sorts of wildlife up there, and we had these turkeys that would come down off the hill at certain times of the year. And I just love to see the turkeys. So that's what this song is about. It's called Turkeys in the Neighborhood. Turkeys in the neighborhood. I mean real turkeys in the neighborhood. The kind with feathers, beaks, and wings that gobble when they laugh and sing. I think it's funny, I think it's good to have turkeys in the neighborhood. Well, it's pretty dull round here until the turkeys come down off the hill. They block the streets, they mill around, making everyone slow down. But they will part just like the sea, lean out and say, "Excuse me, please." And when we walk our little dog, she sees those birds, they're pretty large, so she's conflicted and confused, never quite sure what to do, to run at them or keep apart. She hangs back, we think that's smart. And at evening time they go to roost. They fly up on our neighbor's roof, where they get a running start, then leap, flapping wildly towards the trees, where they grab a branch and hang on hard. We stand up and we applaud. That's true. And if Ben Franklin had been heard, why, the turkey'd be the national bird, the turkey seal on every dollar spent, the turkey one for the president. But spaceships, if we are candid, it's pretty weird to say the turkey has landed. Now we have chipmunk, groundhog, bear, squirrels and rabbits everywhere, but my favorite sighting, though by far, is seeing turkeys in my yard. I think it's funny, I think it's good to have turkeys in the neighborhood. It is funny, it is good, turkeys in the neighborhood. Thank you.
Well, I was going to play something serious, but you just changed my mind. My dad had another expression when he got too old to have his own garden. My dad loved to have a garden, vegetable garden. But when he got too old, he had a saying, another saying, like the one I played before. It's a different saying. I love a fresh tomato right off the vine, and a crisp sliced salted cuke. That's fine. But when my knees retired, my garden had to go. Thank goodness I've got friends who can still use a hoe, and could grow a toothpick in that garden by her drive. In mid-June, I thought the time was right to just drop by. I took my prized possession, my new Swiss pruning shears. When I handed them to Ann, she grinned from ear to ear. She said, "Let's bag you up some veggies." I tried to protest as I reached into my trunk by my freshly iced up chest. I used to till and plant, water and weed for hours on end, but now I just cultivate my friends. That's what my dad would say. Todd and Sandra's raised boxes really do the trick. They're greens and beans and peppers, you can't beat them with a stick. I stopped by an early okra, ball tickets in my hand. My bragging on their peas was completely unplanned. They said, "Let's send you home some veggies." I said, "No need for that." I reached behind my seat for my roll of tear-off bags. I used to till and plant, water and weed for hours on end, but now just cultivate my friends. I saw my next door neighbor picking summer squash, so I took him a cold blue ribbon in an empty cardboard box. I used to till and plant, water and weed for hours on end, but now I just cultivate my friends. I used to till and plant, water and weed for hours on end, but now I just cultivate my friends. Now I just cultivate my friends. Did they just close their blinds? They're not home.
All right, I brought Steve for the comic relief because all mine are fairly serious. But Alan's doing pretty good on that end too, so leaves me free to do the serious one. Yeah, this is a dad song. It's the one I wrote for my daddy, and it's called Daddy's Hands. And I promise you, I wrote Daddy's Hands before Holly Dunn did her Daddy's Hands. But Holly's got famous and made her some money, and my dad just liked this one, so it's all right.
We do too.
Well, thank you. Thank you. My dad was a special man. But he saved my life once. Pulled me out of Santee. Anyway, it goes like this. I spent most of my life with a man who remembers how to understand what life in a kneecap plant felt like long ago. Standing steady and 6 feet tall, I'd forget that I was small. I was above it all, riding in Daddy's hands. Daddy's hands are always big and strong. They help me separate the right from wrong, and always let me feeling safe and warm, loved in my daddy's hands. Sitting on his shoulder so broad, I rode unafraid to fall, not from where I could see it all, safe in my daddy's hands. And every time life knocked me down, he'd help me make it to a higher ground. Defeat never really hung around, thanks to my daddy's hands. Daddy's hands are always big and strong. They help me separate the right from wrong, and always let me feeling safe and warm, loved in my daddy's hands. Looking back now I understand how life with a special man, it helped to make me everything I am. Thank God for my daddy's hands. 'Cause even nice it helps to know there is comfort in just going home, reaching out and feeling love take hold, safe in my daddy's hands. Daddy's hands are still so big and strong. They help me separate the right from wrong, and always leave me feeling safe and warm, loved in my daddy's hands. There's love in my daddy's hands. I'm loved in my daddy's hands.
Well, I'm going to sing a song about my grandma Desi. we would go there to eat a lot. She lived down in Barnesville, which is where my mom grew up in that house. And my Aunt Rachel, who recently passed away, and my Aunt Philadelphia's been gone a while now. But she would cook for our army. We would always say she'd have 2 or 3 pies, a cake or 2, 5 or 6 vegetables, 2 or 3 meats, and 2 or 3 casseroles for 8 or 10 of us that showed up there to eat with her on Sundays and whenever. And I remember for a spell there, I would go and talk about that. I would think about her, and she'd always say, "I never could make biscuits." And to tell you the truth, they weren't the best biscuits in the world. But I remember for a time there, I was talking, this is probably where the song sort of started in some regard. I was saying that what I wouldn't give to go back and have one of those biscuits. This is a song called Grandma Desi's Table. And it was started, got started from the actual event that happened that I relate in the first verse. And I will not bore you by telling you what it is, but it goes on from there, and I really like this song. I think it encapsulates her, and it's a song about nostalgia and being with family. Let's see, how's it? Rummaging through my parents' attic yesterday, I found a table underneath the sheet I'd pulled away. It was my Grandma Desi's table, surprising me as the past came flooding back into my memory. Vegetables from her garden, the chicken from the yard, casseroles, cakes and pies, and biscuits made with lard. The smiling faces of my kin all sharing Grandma's meal. I don't recall the words we spoke, just how it all made me feel. This is the table we all gathered round, where the best things that I knew of life were found, and what I wouldn't give if I were able to sit just one more time at Grandma Desi's table. It's just a piece of furniture stained brown and made of wood. The top now sits a little skewed, but decades past it stood right there in Grandma's kitchen, where I could have my fill, not just of the food we'd eat, but of a love that feeds me still. This is the table we all gathered round, where the best things that I knew of life were found, and what I wouldn't give if I were able to sit just one more time at Grandma Desi's table. Grandpa Aubrey, Grandma Desi, and all the family. On holidays and Sundays, we knew where we'd be. At this table we all gathered round, where the best things that I knew of life were found, and what I wouldn't give if I one more time. Oh, to sit just one more time at Grandma Desi's table.
Dang, that was pretty. I've seen that table. It's a beautiful table. Beautiful table. I have 3 children, 3 biological children, and when they were small, and I would sit with them and play on the floor, you know, I would get antsy after a while. I'd want to get up and go do something else, and I'd say to myself, now you just stay right where you are for a while longer. This is important time. You'll wish you had it back before you know it. So I got to where I would call that extended playtime, tarry time. Just tarry a little bit longer. So I decided to write a song called Tarry Time. I'd been sitting on the floor, stacking blocks with my daughter for a minute or so. And I remembered that the garden still needed to be watered. And I started to go. And I thought, those tomatoes will survive one more minute. So I just kept my seat, and my little one cried out, "Look, Daddy, I did it, and you saw me." It's moments, not milestones, that matter in life. Just playing with your kids, talking with your wife, and those times seem to come when we linger a while. When we walk in the now, that extra mile, and I glue myself down to the floor and stay for a few seconds more of tarry time. We just finished Sunday lunch in my parents' kitchen some years ago, when I felt my cell phone buzz and my fingers start twitching, but I let it go. Then Dad said, well, I realize I've never really said it, but then only 6 weeks later, without another visit, he was gone. It's moments, not milestones, that matter in life. Just playing with your kids, talking with your wife, and those times seem to come when we linger a while, when we walk in the now, extra mile, and I glue myself down to the floor and stay for a few seconds more of tarry time. What's the hurry? Where am I going? You can almost guarantee if I'm hanging with a loved one, there's no better place to be. It's moments, not milestones, that matter in life. Just playing with your kids and talking with your wife, and those times
time seemed to come, and we linger a while, when we walk in the now. That extra mile, I glue myself down to the floor and stay for a few seconds more of tarry time, of tarry time, tarry time.
See, that reminds me of my great-grandmother. And she was a little old country lady, and but a big woman of faith. And she liked to quote a lot of the Bible. It's my grandmother's mother. And my great aunt Lissy lived with her, one of her daughters. And anytime we would drop by on a Sunday to eat, and Grandmama would sit there and she'd go, "Make haste, Leslie, make haste." And I'd be real little, and I remember thinking, "Oh, good, we're having haste. I wonder what that tastes like." Oh, Lord. But anyway, my grandmother was quite a nut, too. But my grandmother was a teetotaler Baptist. Granddaddy was a little looser Methodist. Granddaddy liked to take a nip every once in a while. In fact, he went hunting and fishing, I think, sometimes hunting just to take a little nip every once in a while. Not so much with Grandma, because Grandma loved to fish too. And but he would come home after hunting with liquor on his breath, and she'd light into him. He would just look at her and go, "Oh, sweetheart." That's all I ever remember him calling her was sweetheart. So this is their song, Sweetheart Songs. He turned the corner in his Ford. She was standing by the road, the prettiest blue-eyed blondie I'd ever seen. He was a brown-eyed, handsome man. He reached for her, she took his hand. That's the way they started, so I'm told. She'll be sleeping in her sweetheart's arms tonight, as they'll be dancing by the light of God's pure light. For 20 years she's been alone, but tonight she's going home. She'll be sleeping in her sweetheart's arms tonight. He took her home, made her his wife. For 30 years they shared a life. 4 children through the laughter and the tears. She cooked his supper every night while he sang by candlelight. His sweetheart was the only name he used. And he'll be sleeping in his sweetheart's arms tonight, as they'll be dancing by the light of God's pure light. For 30 years he's been alone, but tonight he's going home. be so clear. In her heart those years she stood right by side. But now at 94 she thinks she hears him at her door. Soon they will be side by side once more. She'll be sleeping in her sweetheart's arms tonight. Yes, they'll be dancing by the light of God's pure light. For 40 years she's been alone, but tonight she's going home. And she'll be sleeping in her sweetheart's arms tonight.
All right. This is sort of family related here too. In terms of pets, we haven't heard of the pet songs tonight, so I'm gonna... This is an old song. It was about this dog that we had back in the day. Her name was Bates, named after Lucy Bates on Hill Street Blues. And she lived to be like almost a little over 18 years old. And the day that dog died, I just held it together long enough to bury her, but I lost it after that. It was tough. Anyway, the thing that Bates would do, though, is we left her at the house by herself most of the day. And I remember thinking about Bates being there and what she might be thinking. And this is what it is. I had a version of this song a while back, and some of the lines in there make references to things that are decades old, so you may hear that, so it's a little bit dated in that regard. But I didn't play it much because I didn't know how to play it. So I finally figured out kind of halfway how to play it, and hopefully I can get through it. I am a dog, I live indoors, it ain't natural, you should know. I spend my days laying around and trying not to go. I spend my life holding it, I spend my life holding it, I spend my life holding it till you get home. A doggy door in a big backyard will fill my heart with elation. Instead I got sphincters of steel and a bad case of constipation. I spend my life holding it. Yes, I spend my life holding it. I spend my life holding it till you get home. The mornings mostly aren't so bad, but around about 2 or 3, the cat's litter box looks mighty tempting, but I still have my dignity, so I spend my life holding it. I spend my life holding it. I spend my life holding it till you get home. Well, you wrote a check to save the whales and another for the northern spotted owl. It seems to me you'd show some more concern when it comes to your own pet's bowels. I spend my life holding it. I spend my life holding it. Spend my life holding it till you get home. Ah, you know, but I am your dog, and because I am, you have my undying loyalty. But just for once I wish I was you, and you were me, then you'd see how I spend my life holding it. 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 Yes, I spend my life holding it till you get home.
Well, y'all have been such a great audience tonight. Thank you so much for being here in this terrible weather and for sitting there and listening to us play our songs. It's just so much fun to play songs for people who are listening and appreciating. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
When I was a little boy, I used to love to climb trees. That was one of my favorite things to do. And I got to thinking about, not long ago, that kids just don't play in the woods much anymore. And I started thinking about it, and I decided to write a song about it. And I decided to write a song about a tree that I used to climb. We had a name for our favorite tree. We called it the Easy Climbing Tree, for obvious reasons. We would say, okay, I'll meet you after school at the Easy Climbing Tree. I decided to write this song, and I decided to go back over to my old neighborhood on Dees Street in Rock Hill, right across the street from Cherry Park, see if the tree was still there, and it's still there after all these years.
Did you climb it?
I did not climb it. That's a good question, right? Well, too, I'll be 75 soon, next month, so couldn't climb it. Our path into the woods was behind Jackie's house. It meandered through the trees and underbrush, created by bare feet and hand-me-down Buster Browns on summertime adventures, dawn till dusk. Not too far down that path, you'd find our favorite tree, that big old pine that rose above the rest, with limbs down to the ground, spaced apart perfectly, like they were saying, be my guest. And I took that invitation 1,000 times, feeling more exhilaration the higher I would climb. Limb by limb, bark to skin, pulling bush around and up, left foot here, right hand there, could do it with my eyes shut. Then the trunk would get so small I'd be swaying in the wind, but he'd never let me fall, my trusted friend. Easy climbing tree, do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. From up high I'd see the rooftops, and dads coming home from work, and mothers getting clothes off the line. I'd see friends out riding bikes, and shooting marbles in the dirt, and I could feel the prick of needles and smell the pine. As Spike voiced his dissension, barking up the tree, never liking the attention that giant got from me. Limb by limb, bark to skin, pull and push, round and up, left foot here, right hand there, do it with my eyes shut. And the trunk would get so small I'd be swaying in the wind, but he'd never let me fall, my trusted friend. Easy climbing tree, do-do-do, 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 do-do-do. Last week I went to see if my old friend was still there. Our woods are gone, apartments took their place, but to my surprise I found the tree I'd know anywhere, all alone and stooped beside a parking space. I touched my easy climber and said, how have you been? And for an instant 2 old-timers were climbing high again. Limb by limb, bark to skin, pull and push, around and up, left foot here, right hand there, could do it with my eyes shut. And the trunk would get so small I'd be swaying in the wind, but he'd never let me fall, not my everlasting friend. Easy climbing tree,
Easy climbing tree. Easy climbing
Steve Simpson. If you came in later, you might notice there's a table back there. There's a donation thing for Bakhita Arts. These folks are amazing, and they do so many wonderful things here. So if you want to contribute to their continued success here, please see that. Steve and I forgot to mention to Alan, so is there a way they can find your music online?
Well, I have a couple of places. YouTube, I have a channel. It's Allen Hayes Songs, ALLEN Songs, SON HAYES Songs, SONGS. And you put 2626 behind it, you get to the channel where most of the things are, and it's a bunch of other stuff for a lot of people that I've done things for, but there's some individual things there, and there's also another one, if you follow it by 1783, there's more individual things, but those videos aren't as good, I don't think.
Okay.
Anyway, this Allen Hayes Songs, if you look it up on YouTube, you might be.
Help yourselves over there. I need to thank Terry and Caroline and Sula and crew for setting up chairs and having us here. We're not quite done yet, but I'm just going to try to get this in before we're running out of time. Alan's going to wrap us up after I do this one.
Okay.
My turn. So I'm going to, actually here's one that's actually not sad, so see that, but I needed Cotton to come to that point for me, so Cotton needs to get happy here again because we need some happy songs, dog. Because apparently I only write sad ones. But anyway, Elton John, no, was it Elton John that said sad songs? Anyway, this one's about grandpas and guitars and cars and the stuff they call the Marvel Mystery Oil, which I thought Cotton had made up and was pulling my leg like he likes to do all the time. So we recorded the song and released it, and people started texting me pictures of Marvel Mystery Oil from the Walmart. So apparently it's a real thing. You can get it, put it in your car. There you go, it's still there. Makes it run further and faster and longer. So anyhow, exactly. There you go. And I even have a guitar. Bruce Johnson made me a guitar out of a Marvel Mystery Oil can. It's the coolest thing, y'all. I gotta tell you. Technical man, a mechanic by trade. He worked on Buicks and Chevrolets outside in the shade of a big oak tree in the back of his house. When it rained, he worked in the barn. Some of my fondest memories are from Granddaddy's farm. Some said he was a genius, the way he made those engines run. But for him, it didn't seem like work near as much as fun. When they asked him, he just lied to everyone but his grandson, and me he didn't fight. It's like Marvel Mystery Oil, cures the ills of your engine's toils. There ain't many things kids still love the stories that him and his mountain know. So when I pour myself a shot, the kids all want to know. So I tell them the same story he told me long ago. What else? Say it's that marble mystery oil, cures the ills of your engine's toils. There ain't many things that work as well as that marble mystery oil. Yes, it's that marble mystery oil, cures the ills of your engine's toils. There ain't many things that work as well as that marble mystery oil. There ain't many things that work as well as that marble mystery oil. Thank you so much. Take us home, Alan.
Alright, last song. I think I'm going to do a love song, if that's okay. I'm a huge John Denver fan, and I began playing guitar and singing a lot because of him. I had to start taking guitar lessons when I was 10 or 11, and I stuck with it for a little while, and then I turned 13 and I went feral for a while. And I remember walking through the den one night, and I heard, Rocky Mountain High. I was stopped. I don't know, something about it just really appealed to me. And so I started picking up the guitar again and playing, and I've been doing it ever since. So let's see. This is a song called This Old Guitar and Me. John Denver has a song called This Old Guitar. And I play it in the same style, but this is a completely different song. It's just my version. I'm sort of stealing from him to do the song. But it's a song. It's a love song for people who've been together for a while. This old guitar has been around the block a time or two. It doesn't look exactly like it did when it was new. The sheen is faded and the wood is worn with scrapes and scars. But stack the songs it's sung for me, and you could climb up to the stars. You may not think it's beautiful, but it's beautiful to me. And it has been the truest friend as ever there could be. So as I journey through this life, it keeps me company, and we will always sing together. This old guitar and me. Now you and I have been around the block a time or two, and we don't look exactly like we did when love was new. For youth has faded, time has passed, and we have paid the cost. But loving you is more than worth anything that's lost. And you tell me you're not beautiful, but you're beautiful to me. And you have been the truest friend as ever there could be. So as we journey through this life, I'll keep you company, and I will always sing my love for you. This old guitar and me. And you tell me you're not beautiful, but you're beautiful to me. And you have been So as we journey through this life, I'll keep you company, and I will always sing my love for you. So guitar me. Yes, I will always sing my love for you. So guitar me.
Thank you so much. Allen Hayes, Steve Simpson, thank you all.